In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use the law of attraction to build my dream life here in San Diego, running my dream business, and how you can do the exact same thing if you're a person trying to get rich, make money, build your dream life, and overall just fulfill everything you've ever wanted. And this might look differently for every single person. That's the point of this video, because I want to make this video to where you watching this can genuinely take everything I'm about to tell you and have it for the rest of your life. And I promise you, if you watch till the end of this video, until the 10, 12 minute mark, however long this video ends up being, you will gain something from this that you will hold for the rest of your life. And that is the guarantee I'm willing to make with you at the beginning of this video. So let me explain briefly what the law of attraction is for those of you that don't know. All the law of attraction is that whatever thoughts you attract create a direct output in your life. If I tell myself that I can't sign a client or I'm broke, I will forever be in that exact state. And this is why we have to program our mind to think the opposite. If you have $30 in your bank account right now, you need to be telling yourself how rich you are. And that sounds crazy. I know that sounds stupid. But if you're trying to build a business and you're struggling and you're maybe in one of those phases where you just feel like you're literally just turning your wheels, you're hitting a wall, you feel like nothing you're doing is working, there's no point in you leaning into that feeling. The point is that you realize that there is a brighter day on the horizon. There's a, the storm will leave. There is better days. But the way that you do that is by simply assuming the identity that you want before you have it. So let me give you a brief example. And to do this, we have to go back 2 years into my life where I was debating leaving school for a semester because I wanted to chase my dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. I was debating leaving school, and I was debating, taking what I thought was a risk at the time to go do that. But in reality, I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted a different life. I knew I didn't want to just sit in a cubicle all day long. I knew that I wanted to go out and genuinely pursue something greater, right? But I didn't really have any resources to do that. And when I left school, I literally just started trying things, which is when I came across copywriting, which is what I do now. But I literally just started trying all these different things. And one of the first ever copywriting clients I was writing a couple ads for like a supercar rental company, and I got to be around all these cars. I got to sit in a Lamborghini for the first time. And this is when I really truly learned this lesson, that you have to assume that identity before you actually have it, right? You have to assume that you have all the things you want. You have to assume you have the income. You have to assume you have the car. You have to assume you have everything before you actually do. And what will happen is you will trick yourself into thinking you are that person, and you will do all the necessary things to basically become that person, because your subconscious mind does not know the difference. And a lot of you think that, well, I can't assume an identity that I don't have. That's not true at all. You need to get as close to the goals you have as possible, the physical goals at least, the relationship goals, the character building goals. Those will come with time. Don't stress too much about those. But here's the thing: if you have a car, if your dream car, let's say it's a BMW M4, right? Let's say you really want an M4. If you were making $20,000 to $30,000 a month, you would go buy an M4. I want you to imagine how you could feel that version of yourself, right? How can you give yourself a glimpse into your future that you're going to have that car? You need to sit down right now and think while you're watching this video how you could do that. And I'll tell you, but think about it real quick. Think about what's the first step you could take. Because I'll tell you something right now, the way you become that person and get that new identity is you go feel it. Feel what it's like to be that person. Go walk into a BMW dealership with confidence. Maybe, throw a little nice polo shirt on with a nice collar. Maybe it's tailored a little bit. You look good. You're professional. You got a nice cologne on, or perfume. You're dressed professionally. You showered, you did your hair, everything's good. And you walk in there like you're going to buy a car, and you just go ask to sit in one. And you just feel it. You've now felt what it's like to be that version of yourself that has that thing that you really want. You felt what it's like to become that person that has the goal. Maybe you want a watch. Maybe you want a Rolex. Go walk into a jewelry store, go walk into a Rolex boutique and just try some watches on. They'll let you. I did this. I did this with a car. I did this with a watch. And now I have my BMW in the parking garage of this building. My Rolex is in the closet over there. I did that with every sort of thing. I did that with an apartment. I would tour apartments and have no money in the bank to even afford one. I toured this building that I'm sitting in right now. You guys see this is downtown San Diego. I toured this exact building. I toured this place 5 times to give myself the visualization of the goal. and to feel what it's like to live here when I don't. And I wanted that reminder, and now I do. Now I have my beautiful San Diego apartment on a beautiful floor with a beautiful view of the city. And it's everything I've ever wanted in a place to live. And I got there because I identified with myself who I wanted to be before I actually was there. I felt it. I gave myself a glimpse of it. And when you do that, it humanizes the goal, right? Because you think your goal is so big and so far away that you can't even understand it. But the second it's in front of you, or you're standing inside it if it's a house or an apartment, or you're sitting inside it if it's a car, or you're wearing it if it's a watch or it's a jewelry or something, you're like, wow, this is not different than anything. This is just something that exists like everything else. And it's almost a weird feeling because it feels wrong. You feel like you shouldn't feel that way about that thing. Like, this is such a crazy, difficult thing to get, and you realize it's just normal. And that's what we have to do. And then ultimately you realize that you've gotten the thing once. You felt what it's like, and now you just need to keep it. And that's the new goal. But now that you've felt it and understood it, you will be so much closer. This is a stupid analogy, and don't get me wrong, I wasted a lot of money on this when I started business when I probably should have done it. I think doing it once is a great idea, but I went out and I rented supercars a lot. That was like when I started making a couple grand a month with copywriting, I rented a lot of supercars because I just wanted to feel them. I just wanted to feel what it was like. And that really showed me this is achievable. Like, this is doable. Like, you can do this. You can achieve this. And I just wanted to get behind the wheel of one to one day imagine the goal in front of me. And that's what you have to do. You literally just have to put yourself as close to the physical goals you have as you can, and trick your subconscious mind that you already have those things, and those things will naturally come attracted to you. But if you sit there and you go, every day you wake up and you're like, I don't have the Lamborghini, I don't have the Lamborghini, I don't have the, you're never going to get the Lamborghini. You're never going to get what you want. You're never going to get anything out of life by doing that. If you wake up and you are abundant, you give thanks to God for the life you have, you say that you have what you want, and you genuinely assume that identity, that is where you will get everything out of it. That's exactly when my copywriting business started taking off. That's exactly when everything started to go well in my life. And that's exactly when everything really started to click, is when I understood this lesson in full. And I hope that this video can do the same for you and hopefully give you some sort of insight. And if you need any help with the business side of things, I'll leave a link in the description. If you want to check out free training for how to start copywriting, I'll leave my social media in the description. I love connecting with you guys. So if you want to shoot me a DM and ask any questions about this video, I'm happy to shoot you a voice note back. And yeah, remember, get as close to your goals as you physically can, and that will genuinely be the thing that changes your life.